everyone, and welcome back for another edition of 8 Minutes with Aaron. I am, of course, your host, Aaron, and tonight we are talking about WWE Monday Night Raw, April 7th, 2025 in Minneapolis at the Target Center. I think so. So let's get rolling with a fresh edition of this guy right here, Aaron. As you can see here, I have some notes written down. We are not using the computer. I didn't really like the reflection. So let's just jump right into it. It started off with General Manager. You see how I saved that? Adam Pearce coming into the ring, and he had the women's title in the ring with him. I don't know why Io Sky didn't have it, but he called her out to the ring. He called Bianca Belair, and he also called Rhea Ripley to all come down. And he said, at WrestleMania, we are going to make this a triple threat match. So we needed about 4 or 5 weeks of this bullshit just to make this a triple threat match, so we all knew that was going to happen. Bianca Belair's like, this is kind of shitty, but you know what? I guess this is what it has to be. And then Rhea Ripley and Bianca Belair kind of got into each other's faces. Rhea Ripley pushed Io Sky. Io Sky was like, fuck this shit. Left the ring, then did a drop kick and hit Rhea Ripley into Bianca Belair. The main thing to take out of this is Bianca Belair, I keep pronouncing her name, was so heel in this freaking segment that she definitely has something to do with beating up Jade Cargill. It's all going to lead into something. I'm very interested in that, opposed to the women's title match, which I really don't care. That's a triple threat match. Oh, I also wanted to mention Adam Pearce said that Rhea Ripley was part of Judgment Day. What a botch. In the back, you had Dominic and Finn Balor, and you got Liv, and you got Raquel and Carlito. They're talking about the Intercontinental title match. Now at WrestleMania, it is going to be in a fatal four-way between Braun Breaker, Penta, Dom, and who did I forget? Finn? Yeah, Finn and Dom. I said somewhere along the lines of their names. Anyway, Finn found out that Liv Morgan was the person who got Dom into the match, and then Finn basically started degrading Dominic and was like, nah, but I don't think you're trash and shit like that. And tonight you're going to be Penta, and you're going to show the world that you're not a piece of shit. Now, the women's Intercontinental title match between Lara Valkyrie and Bayley had its own mess of botches throughout it. It came down to Valkyrie dive and got caught in a lion tamer by Bayley. Bayley tried to transition into the Rose Plan, but Valkyrie reversed it into a pin for the 1, 2, 3. This match is definitely going to get it down because it was just sloppy and messy, and I wasn't really into it. They do have to team up with each other to compete in a tag team match on SmackDown, so I don't know what's going to happen. After the match, Bayley shook off, didn't want to do her handshake, and then she came back into the ring, gave her a hug. So, I don't know, Bayley might turn on her and shit like that. We had the LWO versus El Grande Americano and the Creed Brothers. I don't know if I'm American-made Creed Brothers with Ivy Niles. This came down to Ivy Niles handed Americano a steel plate that he slid into his mask. Rey Mysterio saw it because he wasn't in the match because of Dragon Lee. And then the other two guys, I don't know their names off the top of my head. And Mysterio fucking missed. And Americano landed a headbutt on Lee and got the 1, 2, 3. This match is getting an up because Chad Gable once again is impressing us all with his El Grande Americano. And later on, Rey Mysterio was in the back with Adam Pearce. Was like, look, I want to face El Grande Americano at WrestleMania. And he's like, all right, since I respect you, I'll give it a match. All right, cool. There was a WWE Tag Team title match. We had the New Day versus the War Raiders, who were the champions. This match came down to Woods actually brought in a chair to try to hit Eric. Eric took the chair and actually hit Woods by mistake. It was a mistake. Got disqualified, and after the match, the New Day just beat the shit out of both of them. And then they tried to injure Eric's previously injured neck because he had it surgically repaired, but security came in to stop them from doing all that stuff. But New Day is fucking a bunch of monsters. I don't know if they're just trying to take out the War Raiders, so they have to give up the titles, so they're not going to lose it fairly, or maybe one of them's injured. But the New Day, they're just being assholes, and that's pretty cool. All right, what am I giving the War Raiders and New Day? Down. I'm giving it a down. Fuck that shit. All right, what else do we have? We had Penta versus Dominic Mysterio. This match was probably not the best match that Penta's had. This is probably the worst of them all. He did eventually land. Dominic hit a Mexican Destroyer, followed by a 619. When he went up for the Frog Splash, Penta got the knees up. Penta snapped Dominic's arm with the sacrifice. Dominic got to his feet and walked into a Penta driver. 1, 2, 3. Penta picked up the victory. This is going to get a Oh, because it was just jam-packed with a bunch of shit that was happening. Braun Breaker appeared on the ramp and speared the shit out of Carlito, came into the ring, speared Dom, speared Penta, and then Finn Balor came from behind and knocked, Braun Breaker down and stood tall with the Intercontinental Championship. That bad boy right there. And there was an awesome segment with Gunther before Jey Uso actually came in. The Ring General Gunther was coming down to the ring. He was going to make a nice speech, but Jey came down, serious Jey. No yeeting, came in the ring and was like, listen, It looked like he was floundering for a little bit and then found his words and was like, you beat the shit out of my brother. I had to tell my mom that you beat him up. Now this is personal. I'm not afraid of you no more. Come WrestleMania, I'm going to beat your ass. I'm going to take that title. And bada bing, bada boom, you suck. I don't know what to tell you. And then finally, to close the show. That's right, folks. We're closing the show early. Oh, wait, you know what? There was an AJ Styles thing. AJ Styles was talking about how he was going to face Logan Paul at WrestleMania. But here comes Karrion Kross for, I don't know, and tried to start some shit with AJ Styles. AJ Styles was like, listen, if you want to see me get real aggressive and be the old AJ Styles, next week on Monday Night Raw, Karrion Kross, you will face me one-on-one, and I will beat your ass. That was really one of the big things. And what else was there? Natalya was in the back with the other girl from the team with, the big dude and Kazawa. The old one, I can't remember the tall girl with the M. I think she has an M in her name. Anyway, they're going to be a tag team, and they're like, oh no, we're going to be in a tag team together for the first time next week. And Adam Pearce is like, hey, you're going to be fine. Sorry, I can't remember her name. Damn. After this whole 8 minutes with Aaron, I'll remember. Anyway, let's get to the last final part because I talked too much. Paul Heyman came down to the ring and addressed the audience. And before he finished his speech and said, listen, here came Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins came up. And this was in response to the favor that CM Punk asked of him that he is now going to be in his corner. Seth Rollins is like, listen, Roman Reigns ain't going to protect you. CM Punk didn't give a shit about you when he left. He just left and left you here like a chump. Both of them don't care about you. You're going to be left alone once again. And I can stop it all from happening if I take you out. So he starts smacking Paul Heyman. Paul Heyman got real pissed off. He was like, don't fucking hit me. I'll knock you the fuck out. And then Rollins is like, oh, you want to be a bitch now, motherfucker. And then CM Punk came out, started beating the shit out of him, threw Rollins outside the ring, into the steel steps, was going to curb stomp him. Seth Rollins ran to the ring. CM Punk got a curb stomp. Paul Heyman came down to say, Punk, are you okay? Seth Rollins stopped short of giving curb stomp to Paul Heyman. And the girl's name was goddamn Maxine Dupree. That was what her name was. And then Seth Rollins said, now Paul Heyman, you owe me a favor. Anyway, Monday Night Raw, you are going to get a down. Other than CM Punk coming out, this whole thing was just a crapola before WrestleMania. My name is Aaron. Thank you for joining me with 8 Minutes with Aaron. I will see you next time when we cover more stuff, more things, and of course, more of me. I'll see y'all later. Bye.